Good day, mates. I am gloriously living my best life. My husband is always like, why don't you dress up for camera? And I'm like, yeah, no. Like, I'll dress up when I feel like it, but you guys need to see me at all phases. This is realistic. This is mom right here. And that's what I realized this week I'm meant to be. I'm always tossing around like what the universe wants for me because I'm going to reiterate this is a Deadpool mission here. I'm meant to help people, but I'm like helping myself at the same time. So it's like a beautiful journey, but progress. Together we shall grow. And I believe that by being your true self, you will attract others who appreciate true self and repel haters or trigger haters into wondering why they hate you so much. Maybe somewhere else on YouTube somebody has to dress up every time they do a video before they can even do it. I just feel like I'm here for the message, which today is about culture, heritage, um, celestial ancestry. I guess also I found some stuff. I have not made a firm decision. I guess this is a hypothesis right now. But I want to give everybody some tips and I want to know your results. Okay. So I was able to trace my own lineage back through several ways. I did past life regressions. I actually created a version of the past life regression that I made for myself because something about hearing my own voice just makes it easier for me. Trust issues. For somebody to enter my psyche, that I created a meditation for anybody who wants to do those on my website. It's only $5.99 for the past life meditation that helps you connect dots. I personally went through all of my family's last names and I traced those back for parts of heritage. For the African American parts, I looked at the places that my family members were from, and then I traced back like through logs and shit for the ships that came to those areas and where the slaves that were on those ships came from to sort of get a genealogy for that. Asking your guides for help really helps, and make sure you are open. Like everything you do when it comes to this spiritual thing is learning to leave behind parts of your mind that think things like this are irrational or impossible to find answers to. There is a whole database called the Akashic Records that holds like everything that's on the internet and beyond, the history of all histories. And you don't have to do anything but sit in a meditative state and dig through this bank to get the information that you need. I found stuff in my birth chart that I found through my family's last name that I then did a regression and the shit popped up when you know what to look for. But you need to know what you're looking for. Try starting with things like what do you want to know about your own behavior? What do you want to know about your family's behavior? What are your questions? Leave no stone unturned. I didn't realize how many people don't even know where to start because they don't know what to ask because they've been so shut down by people before about asking things. Just let your mind go. Do not judge yourself. If you can start with not judging yourself on the things that you actually want to know, you'll make more progress. It works the same way when you meditate or when you're in the Akashic Records. As soon as you start developing an emotional attachment to something, or you feel like a trigger or anything, then you lose your connection. You start using your mind, your intuition, your own database instead of connecting to everything. The everything does not judge. The everything does not take count. It just observes. And that's what we're supposed to be learning to do more of here. With this energy right now with Mercury in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, and freaking Mars in Aries, there's a lot of backing behind you to find out what you need to find out, uncover things. Look at the transits in your chart. What house is Scorpio in? What house is Mars in? We have Pluto, the planet of transformation, and Saturn, the planet of restriction in Capricorn. Where is that in your chart right now? Work with the energies of what is going on there for your best spiritual growth. People with Pisces and 12s right now, with Neptune at home in Pisces, you guys are literally being dream warriors. That's important to know. Work with the energy of the transits and how they want you to pull. For in general right now, they want all of us to be working on our business, what we're going to do for our legacy, really getting into our passion. Aries is really giving us the fire to get that done or to work on it. You have Aries in first, You're supposed to be working on your body, your identity, your drive. If you've got Aries in second, you're working on your job, like really hard at being a pioneer. If you're Aries in third, you might be writing. Nicki Minaj has Aries in third, so she might be writing some gangster shit. If you have Aries in fourth, be careful at home, because that means any loudness, any violence, any triggers that from childhood or anything in your current life with Aries in fourth, that's going to be popping off. With Aries in fifth, you're really good off because you're going to create some crazy ass shit. Aries in sixth, that means you might be at war, you might be a soldier. Things are really going down for you if you have Aries in sixth. Aries in seventh, your marriage might have you taking more of the weight than you usually do. You might be the main person in your marriage doing things right now because of this. You might be feeling lonely in your marriage because the independence is amped up. Aries in eighth, be careful. This is fighter energy in a deep, dark place, but you can also be pioneering new ways to pay taxes or new real estate and all that sort of cool stuff. Aries in ninth, you are really in a great position to research and learn and dig through things. I have Aries in ninth. That's why I'm learning all this stuff, taking advantage of the fact that right now everything is lined up for me to learn what I need to about my heritage and things outside of what I grew up knowing. Aries in 10th, your career can get a real burst. Just jump in there. You have the fuel to make your stuff fly off. Aries in 11th, you might be finally connecting with your soul tribe, making some progress there, or even making some progress towards your wishes and your dreams, because that's what the 11th house is. Aries in 12th, you might be triggered. Your anger would come up. You might be dealing with old feelings that you have not dealt with, because that is the house of self-undoing and sunken things that you might not know about. So anybody who's dealing with this Mars and the 12th, bless your heart, because I have it natally. Believe me, it's not fun. You're probably tired as hell. The Scorpio stuff, apply the same rules for how it works with every house. You're uncovering things in that area. You are transmuting things in that area. You're bringing up old feelings for them to be resolved. Say, for instance, you got popped when you were a child and your mom told you to shut up. Sadly enough, if you shut up, there's a part of you that kept that in there. And now, a million years later, you just feel like crying for no reason because you didn't cry the time that you needed to. We never get rid of the feelings we want to have or the desires. Like if you don't have an orgasm, when you want to have an orgasm, your mind gets like sad and that stuff gets clogged in your aura. And then you wonder why, like, your skin sags more, you feel less vital or less happy, because everything you have ever felt is still caught in your aura. The thing about Scorpio season is this is the time where you can start to lift the bullshit and the pain out if you're willing to allow yourself to feel it. Do not allow this Neptune being at home in Pisces to make you smoke, drink, sleep away. What could be an amazing time for you to transmute these energies? Because once you start lifting all that sadness and that sorrow and all the stuff that has weighed you down your whole life that you didn't even realize was still in there because you just learned to toughen it up, let yourself feel your feelings. And then after that, like, so much fucking happens. So much lifts. Like, guys, I've been cooking. I thought I could not cook for years. I have Cancer in 12. It was a hidden thing. I always either completely neglected myself to take care of my kids or completely gave myself into work and neglected my home and had other people take care of that. I never realized the balance or that it was even like a theme. Although I felt it, I would always say, why is something always going wrong at home when I'm doing good at work? Or why is something always go bad at work because of something at home? Before I had astrology, but now I know my North Node is in the 10th house. My South Node is in the 4th. So home and work is a battle, but also my 12th house is Cancer, my 6th house is Capricorn. So everything connects in like a weird way. Check out your chart and ask the same questions that you ask when you start researching your family line. Pull that all together. You are developing soul consciousness. That is what this video is about. I didn't even know. Somebody asked me a question about how they can find out about their lineage. Because, man, I found out some crazy stuff during mine, and then I was able to find it in my chart. It's just connecting all the dots really helps you feel less insane. Because we really have been taught to think that the world is so small. Like, we really thought we were the only ones in this whole universe with all these planets and all that space out there. It's literally only humans here. We are so narcissistic as a society. But we are working through it, and that's what this Great Awakening is about, guys. Take this time of research, this time that we have in the house. Work on your craft. Log your dreams. Allow yourself to feel your feelings. Go with the flow of your body and figure out what is not working for your life, because a lot of you are in jobs that you're not meant to be in. I am a firm believer that we all have a purpose. And I've looked at like a jillion charts now, and no adult's purpose is to be a cashier, not to shit on anybody. Because I've been a cashier. I was like in McDonald's for like forever. It was like ridiculous. Those jobs, I don't know if you guys remember like the original structure, but like even in indigenous villages, what happens is the teenagers do jobs that are in between so they learn a trade and they get up and grow their business. Adults have businesses, or you have family businesses. This system has got us set up as being essential workers, slaves for them, for people who don't want to feed themselves. Because you notice everybody else is quarantined to the house, but the people still need their takeout. What the fuck is that? These people are risking their lives for you to eat because you can't cook in your own kitchen? Okay. See, things like that really upset me because so many people are being robbed of their birthright. So many of you, I look at charts and I tell you things that I see because I'm a Leo. I'm naturally going to see the most optimistic, highest exalted version of you in your chart. And some people can't identify with that. I tell them about things and they're like, yeah, I remember feeling like that when I was younger, but I gave up on that because of A, B, C, and D. Life, the devil, don't forget he exists. Whatever the real name is, please do not discount the fact that there's somebody who does not want you to reach your full potential all the time. There are things you were meant to do, and there were things you got thrown off your path and distracted, because you completing what you need to do in this life will make such a big difference in a ripple with you supposed to be here as a being of light for others that the other side doesn't want you to. They want you to wallow in misery and not complete your mission and have to come back and do the same soul contract over and over again so they can utilize your energy. That is the gag. Everybody is supposed to have a family business or their own unique thing that makes them stand out. There's a lane for everybody. Nobody is actually has to be in a position to suffer or do anything they hate or any of that. And that's what they don't want you to know. Finding out where your family came from, finding out where things went wrong, thinking about how you actually feel and honoring yourself. This is how we unprogram, disconnect from the matrix, and become fully conscious of your own soul. That's what we're all working on and should continue to. That was my kid. So bye, guys.